Something about like relationships and like that's what I was gonna say, because Kiki said something like I would find a man that I want to submit to, right?
Wait, Kiki.
Yeah, who's Kiki?
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean that.
No, it's fine.
Sorry.
Vita.
Yeah. Okay. But you said I would. No. You said I would find a man that I would want to submit to, and that's great. Like I'm glad that you like feel happy to do that, but at the same time, I think that's where it comes down to like a difference in preference. You know what I mean? I don't think there's any man that I could ever find that I would be okay with him having the final say in every single decision we make. Like there has to be some. I'm probably one of the most agreeable partners you'll ever have. Like I really am. I'm super easygoing. I don't argue. Like I don't care. I'm low maintenance as fuck. But I don't like the idea of like.
Wait, you're low maintenance?
Yeah.
Low maintenance?
Well, I should say easygoing.
What?
Because low maintenance means that you can just get me in the sack, right? And that's not true.
No.
I don't think that's what that means.
Okay.
But, well, I mean, look, I don't know you, but I mean, I don't know if I would and I'm not saying this to slight you, but
No.
you said that you're a recovering sex addict and recovering drug addict. I don't know if that qualifies as low maintenance.
Yeah, I'm talking in regards to like
how she treats herself. Like she doesn't go and
like emotionally, how I would, like I'm not gonna bitch at you every 2 seconds. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I don't care what you do. If you want to go out to the bar, that's fine. I don't. I will tell you this. If it wasn't for my body count, I don't go out to bars. I don't talk to other dudes, obviously, because I'm in recovery. Everything I am is like technically a submissive traditional woman.
You're not a traditional woman.
Well, not traditional. But
okay, yes, you did preemptively say besides my body count.
That's what I'm saying. So, but because that's why I'm saying men's standards are like a little bit too high.
Men's standards are too high.
Who are caring about like stuff like body count, you know what I mean?
Wait, so you think it's wrong for a man to care about body count?
If it depends on I will say this, it depends in the way you carry yourself, right? Like it depends on the context of the situation. Like if I used to run around my old restaurant and throw it out there, I got OnlyFans, fuck these men, I don't give a shit what.
For the streets.
Yeah, exactly. I was for the streets. Like no man wanted anything to do with me. In that circumstance, absolutely. Like, I would totally understand why a guy would discriminate against me if it were for my body count. But if it was like I was recovering or, whatever the case may be, some women I know try to find me a recovered drug addict that hasn't done sex work, because in today's day and age, especially when the drugs are so strong, it is like we are selling our lives for our drugs. There's no purity in fucking drug addiction, right? There's nothing left of you. So there's certain circumstances where it's like, it's our fault, yes, but you have to take other considerations in factor, right?
Would you prefer a broke guy?
Oh.
Sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
Would you prefer a broke guy? Like completely broke?
Not completely broke. I mean, I want him to have some type of job, but my ex was like a lead at a restaurant up in Eugene. I literally don't care.
Most men don't want to marry the town bicycle.
Right, I mean,
But men care about body count.
But I think I just said that, right?
That's why you meet somebody who is okay with what you do, like, us. So
right.
Not everyone is for everyone. Guys can want a virgin. Guys can.
$100. Mick will make and Brian will make a feet finder.
Yo, Metro, thank you for the 100. Well, I mean, I do already have an OnlyFans, onlyfans.com/whatever. Right now, we just have like 7 pictures of Kiki on there. It's very tasteful, very tasteful. Obviously, like, hit us up on OnlyFans. I don't know. Maybe I'll do something more with it, but right now it's just it's a fucking meme. It's a joke. It's not serious. I'm trying to arrive, like, what exactly are you trying to argue? You're saying men expect too much when it comes to a woman's body count? I'm just trying to understand.
I'm saying men expect too much. Average men expect too much out of average women and vice versa. Right?
No, because I disagree.
Why?
Well, I mean, there's this concept called hoflation, where basically men have to work 5 times as hard. Men, I think it goes something along the lines of, and this is hoflation, men have to work 5 times as hard as their grandfathers for women who are 20 times as worse as their grandmothers.
But again, 20 times worse. I don't think most women are like me in this world, right? I think most women, like, I can objectively say I am like not part of a common statistic, right? There's not many women sex addicts. There's not many women drug addicts. Like, most women have relatively low body count. I will say it's inflated by feminism. I will say that.
I'd say most women are pretty promiscuous
in today's day and age.
Well, let's remove most women from this. Let me just say, women are more promiscuous than men. I don't think you can deny that. Sorry, there are more promiscuous women than there are promiscuous men. That's the best way I can phrase it.
I don't know. I really don't know, because part of me says yes, but then the other part of me is like, women are also naturally selective, right? So
they're all selecting the top tier of men.
Right, but then
those men have an abundance of options. Hold on, let's let this come through.
Super chatted $99.99.
Are they telling you to mute me?
Mute Peppa Pig. How about giving some other guests a chance to speak? Much respect for you, Brian, but you really need to toughen up and host more professionally. Okay. I'm new to your channel and have seen this trend of poor management of speaking time.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously trying to improve. Yeah, I'm kind of like a space cadet to begin with. I'm like all over the place to begin with, and then add in the TTS, add in the soup chats, add in like the craziness of having a bunch of people sitting in the panel talking about this. Yeah, I'm looking potentially to bring on a co-host where maybe like, can take a little of the burden off of me. I'm looking, but that's maybe in the works. I'm entertaining a couple options there, but yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. But wait, okay. So, shit. What were you saying? I'm sorry.
I know, I forgot to.
You were saying.
You were saying that most girls go for the 1%.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so pretty much any girl can be promiscuous. However, not any guy can be promiscuous.
I agree with that.
But
are they? You know what I mean?
Right. So even though a girl could be promiscuous, it doesn't mean that she is. Mm-hmm. But however, what you have happening is like an average woman or below average woman could be really promiscuous. Whereas like a below average man, like he's not getting laid. He's not getting DMs. He's not getting matches on Tinder. He's not getting anything. So.
Right. But then is that below average woman like going to be relationship material to certain men? Like it's all about a debate, like of whether or not, again, I think men look for relationship, or women want relationships, men want sex, right? So if we're going with this line of thinking, there's an equal trade-off between men and women. I would say there's exceptions to the rule. I think that definitely men struggle more as far as mental health is concerned, but as far as intersexual dynamics,
what do you think?
I think that generally men and women have the same amount of struggle. It's not the same struggle, but it's the same amount of struggle. No, it is.
No. It's women have dating on easy mode compared to men.
No.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
Fucking dating.
But that's a component of modern relationships.
Not if the guy's not looking for it. If he's just looking for sex.
Eric, can you pull up that comic photo just to give it a little context here? You know which one it is. So I mean, I'll address that, but
see, here's the thing. I don't think men only want sex.
Here. Yeah. If I can draw your attention to this. So, I mean, this is how I think it looks for most women. Like, you have a bunch of suitors.
Oh, I've seen this before.
Men aren't like friend zoning chicks. Like most girls have like probably have or could have, not a good amount of women have or could have a line of men that would be ready to be in a relationship with them. Most men don't have any options, sexual or relationship. I guarantee you, I don't know if any of you have a guy, those of you who are single, if any of you have a guy who's currently in your friend zone, he would be perfectly ready to be a loyal, dutiful boyfriend. He'd be ready to be in a relationship with you. You just don't happen to find him attractive, and that's fine. I'm not saying you should be in a relationship with someone you're not attracted to. However, men don't have like girls that are just fucking dying to be in relationships with them, and they're just some men, yes, but most men no. Average women have guys in the friend zone. Average men are like maybe getting 2 matches a month on Tinder.
But
Maybe.
I also think it's the demographic and where you're at, right? Like, I'm sure a lot of these women can agree. And I live on U of O campus. Like, I live in the pinnacle of frat culture, okay? Like, I live where men are not looking for relationships at all. So it's like, or you could even say like below average men are looking for relationships because of like frat culture, and it's like, screw these women, I don't care, da 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 da. It's like a cultural thing depending on where you live, right?
Sure, I mean,
and depending on the age demographic.
Yeah, I mean, definitely in universities, there's, especially here, we're right next to UCSB, number one party school in the U.S., there's a hookup culture. A lot of guys and women aren't looking for commitment, and I think part of that is related to the fact that it's kind of an age thing, it's a cultural thing. And there are some people that go here that are desirous of relationships, and they struggle to find it, but you can't say that the average man and the average woman's experience is comparable.
Not experience, but as far as struggle, yeah. It's not comparable, but it's like equal.
Okay. So you think that
it's equal amount.
You think that men and let's say we're taking an example of an average man, average woman. Do you think that, can you guys stop flirting over there? You think that it's an equal struggle? Perhaps it's different the ways in which they struggle when it comes to dating. However, it's an equal amount of struggle. Okay. I mean, I disagree with you immediately, but here, let me let you come in. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I feel like it's not like that shouldn't be like, I feel like you're kind of projecting it as like a fact, but
it is a fact. Hold on. Let's get this, then I'll have you come in.
Where is your World War I uniform? Didn't he donate $1,000?
Oh, I mean, did he, what's his name? KTI Polka Smith? Do you want me to put on, because you wanted the haka. Do you want me to put on the World War I uniform? Let me know.
Separate question.
Yeah, I think it's like you gotta request one or the other, but let me know if you want it. You wouldn't have to do another fucking massive super chat, but and by the way, thank you for your huge, I think it's 1,300 so far donations tonight. That's wild. Thank you, man, so much. Are you like the owner of the All Blacks or something? Okay, sorry to interrupt you. Go ahead.
Prometheus super chatted $99.99.
I'm gonna
if
thank you,
Gordon
Prometheus.
Ramsay was co-hosting with you, Brian, he'll be honesty blunt about hookup culture and double standards. I can't explicitly say it because his language is too unique.
Where is the lamb sauce? You can all be Gordon Ramsay. Okay, I think genuinely you guys are all trying to say the same thing, just listening to the back and forth across this table, that both sides of this conversation are struggling, right? Both sides are admitting whatever we're doing in culture is not working. And I think a lot of that has come from, to bring things full circle, at the risk of sounding too much like Jen Psaki, to circle back, feminism, in this idea that women are being specifically programmed by society to reject the idea of seeking out a life partner that would be a good long-term commitment for them. Instead, she should be putting her career first. She should be climbing the corporate ladder first. She should be putting herself first. Draw yourself a bubble bath and drink a glass of rosé, girl, because self-love is going to be way more important than investing in a long-term relationship. Similarly, that is causing the friend zoning of countless men who are really looking for that type of relationship, but we've convinced ourselves that all men want is sex. So why would we even spend the time? Why would we give them 5 minutes of our day to invest in something that could be the greatest thing that ever happened to us? But instead, we're trying to put all of these pointless things first in our lives that ultimately 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years down the road are not going to make us have wholesome, happy, and fulfilling lifestyles. So I find it interesting. I think you guys are both saying similar things that come from the same root problem, but maybe it's less so about who's struggling more and just the fact that our system isn't working.
You got interrupted. Go ahead.